Hello and welcome back to another Fast Food Toy Reviews video review. Today we're going to look at Hasbro Gaming, some 8 cool looking toys released by McDonald's back in 2018. Let's get them opened up and have a little fun. The first one up is Connect 4, which is one of the all-time great classic board games. And how this works, very quickly, each player selects a game piece color, yellow or blue, and the youngest player goes first. Players take turns dropping game pieces into place to get 4 of their colors in a row. The first one to do so wins. And you can also do some blocking as well to stop the other player from getting 4 in a row. The first player to get 4 of their color game pieces in a row, horizontally, diagonally, or vertically, wins. And on the back here, it shows you how everything kind of goes together. And you can also download the McPlay app and have fun that way. So let's see, let's get this together. So we have the top part, and we place it onto the base here. And there we go. And of course we have the game pieces. So some of them have already fallen out. So let's see here. So we'll dump some of these out. And it looks as though we have a little stick to help you get the pieces out if they get stuck in there. So we'll pop a couple more of these out. So let's see. So you would take turns. So you would slide this in. And look at that. So then you got one. And then the next player would go. Let's see if we can grab these. So then you want to go here. And let's see. One more. So you would try to get 4 in a row. And there we go. And let's see here. Okay. And then we'll put one more in. And then if you were yellow, you would take and block. See how we got 3 in a row? Then you would take and put the yellow one in and block it. Then you continue as such until somebody gets 4 in a row, and you keep going back and forth. And there's a little bit of strategy involved. And then when you're done, you take this off and dump them all back out. And then you can store them. See this little groove right here? You can store the blue ones here and the yellow ones there and take it with you on the road and have like a travel game as well. So there you go. Connect 4. Next we have Hungry Hippo, which looks awesome. I used to play this a lot as a kiddo. So how this works is it reads, flick all the balls into the playfield by pressing the buttons on the sides of the game. When all the balls are on the playfield, the 2 players say, ready, set, go, and begin pressing the levers on the hippos to try to eat up all the balls. The player that eats up the most balls wins. If the game ends up in a tie, the player that ate up the yellow ball wins. Okay, and then on the back it gives you some information about the McPlay app and how the game works. So let's see here. So we have 2 levers on the side here. So we flick the balls. Let's see if we can get them all into the playing surface. How many are there? Okay, so we gotta flick them back in. There's the yellow ball, and I think that is all of them. And then you get your buddy. He's ready, set, go. Make sure they're all going. It looks like you're gonna have to shake this around a little bit, and you just keep pressing until you munch all the balls. And it looks like they're sticking, like they're static, like there's static electricity in there. And it's kind of like making the balls stick to the plastic dome. I don't know how well this one's going to work, but I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun trying to play it. There you go. Hungry Hippos. The next toy in the set is Pie Face, which we have at home, and this is a fantastic game. It's an absolute blast. My kiddos and I, we love it. So here we go. It reads 2 to 4 players set up the game by lowering Happy's hand until it clicks. Okay, so we'll lower this down, and there we go. So you can see Happy's hand is down, and then it reads, players take turns rolling the die and turning the knob on the side of the game the amount of times shown on the die. If Happy's hand does not move, then the player is safe and it is the next player's turn. If Happy's hand swings towards Happy, then that player is out. Reset Happy's hand by pushing it down and turning the knob. The last player to get out is the winner. Okay, perfect. So here's the die, and we had to fold that together and tab it in. So we created this little block of die, a little block of die. So we have a 6. So we need to turn this knob on the side here 6 times. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it got me. That made me jump. Okay, so we reset it. Come on, get down there. And come on now. Oh, there we go. All right, let's roll the die one more time. It's another 6. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that waited 6 times. Okay, one more try, and we have 3. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we would have got a 4. We would have got it. So there you go, everyone. It's Pie Face. The fourth toy in the set is Guess Who. You can see we got 2 different boards here for 2 players, and we have some cards here that we need to get sorted out. And how this works is it reads, 2 players divide the cards by color into 2 decks, 1 red and 1 yellow. Each player takes a card tray matching deck, then selects any happy card from their deck to put into the first slot of their tray. This is the happy card the other player must guess. The rest of the cards are placed into the longer slots on the board. These cards are used to help guess which player or which happy the other player has selected. Players take turns asking yes or no questions about what the other player's happy card looks like and removing the cards that don't match the description. The first player to correctly guess the other player's happy card wins. And on the back here, it shows you how you would set that up. So you place your happy card here and here, and then you place all the rest of the cards in their appropriate slots. This is what it looks like when you have them all set up. So you can see I have all the cards with the yellow backing in the yellow tray, and I picked a card right there, so that goes in the front slot. And then the other person would take a card from their set, and let's see, we'll take this one and we'll place it here. And once you put it in this slot, then you 2 players would face off against each other by asking each other questions and seeing if they could pick which card each other has in their special happy slot. Like you would ask, does your happy have green? No? So you would take out all the cards that have green and start eliminating the ones that have anything in particular with the question you ask, and then you narrow it down to the ones that are left, and then you can make your guess. And that's how that works. And this is a good memory game. It's a good, fun, interactive game. You can play with your buddy, and you could probably spend a long time playing with this. And then you can have like a tournament, and you can actually have a Guess Who playoff with a bunch of your friends and take turns playing that way. So there you go. It's Guess Who. The fifth toy in the set is Bop It, which looks amazing. We have several versions of Bop It in our home, which we play on game nights. It's always a blast. And how this works is it reads 1 through 4 players. 1 player, roll the die and do the action it says. Twist it, spin it, switch it, pull it. Roll the die again and do the first action followed by the new action. If you roll happy on the die, you can pick any action you want. If you roll Bop It on the die, choose any 2 actions to add. Keep rolling the die and adding actions. See how many you can get in a row before making a mistake. For 2 to 4 players, play the same way as 1 player version, but pass the Bop It game next to the next player every turn. If a player makes a mistake in the sequence, they are out. Play continues until only 1 player is left, and that player is the winner. All right, so you can see what's going on here, and we have to put together our little die. Okay, so now we have our little die put together. So now we have to take the Bop It toy, roll the die, and see what happens. We have a Spin It. So Spin It is on this side. Okay, so now we roll it again. Twist it, so we spin it, then twist it. Then we roll the die one more time, and we have a happy. So it shows here, if you read again on the instructions, if you roll happy on the die, you can pick any 2 actions. Okay, so we have a spin it, twist it, and then we have a switch it, and a pull it. So if we were doing them in order, do this one, this one, this one, and this one. Then we'll roll it one more time, and we have a pull it. So we spin it, twist it, switch it, pull it, and pull it. So there, I did 5 in a row. If I keep going, I'm going to mess up. So there you have it. It's Bop It. Next up is PapaMatic Trouble. We have the little Trouble PapaMatic piece. Very cool. And how this one works is it reads 2 to 4 players. Each player chooses a color and puts their pieces in the matching color corner spots on the game board. Players take turns pressing down on the PapaMatic to roll the die. If a player rolls happy on the die, they get to move one of their color pieces up onto the board. Once a player has a piece on the board, rolling a number lets them move the piece around the board and up into the home area. Rolling happy again lets the player either move another one of their colored pieces up onto the board or move any piece already on the board to the next happy slot. If a player lands on the same space as another player's game piece, then the other player must return to the start. The goal is to get all 3 pieces around the board and into the matching colored home spaces. The first player to get all their pieces home wins. Okay, so after all that, take a breath. So now we have the game pieces here, and we have to put the board together. So let's see if we can get that done. So we have this one. So this one looks like it matches with the green. So we'll place this here. We'll set it down out of the way. Okay, we can do it. It's a puzzle piece. And then this one goes with the red. Okay. And the last one is the blue. So we have that. And there we go. So now take this and line it up and center that up. So now we have that together. And then we have our pieces. And like it said, you place your pieces in the home and then you start bopping it. Start popping this, and then you can see here there's a little happy die right there. Then you push it again, and there's the 1. So it's basically a 6-sided die with the 6 being the happy character. And then you take turns going around, and the first one to get all 3 of their colors in their home slot wins the game. Lots of fun, I think. I think you'll enjoy playing this one for sure. Number 7 in the set is Mousetrap, and you can see here is the Mousetrap game and several of the pieces that come with the game. And let's read the instructions. It shows here 2 to 4 players. Set up the game by lifting and holding the trap in the up position. One player stacks the mouse pieces on Happy's hand in any order they want and then carefully releases the trap as it is set and ready to play. Players take turns carefully removing one mouse piece from the stack. If the trap does not fall down, the next player takes a turn. Players continue taking turns removing pieces until the trap falls. If the trap falls down on a player's turn, that player is out and needs to set up the stack for the next round. The game continues until one player is left. The last player left wins. Okay, simple enough, right? So here's the game, and it's spring-loaded, and there is Happy's hand. So we have the mouse netting, and we have a stack of little mice. So let's take a look at those real quick. So kind of looks like Mickey Mouse. So we have all little mices. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to hold this up like this, and then we start taking these, stacking them on here in any order you'd like. Get them all stacked on. Then make sure you hold this in place. Then it kind of holds the net up, and then you get the last one on. Then you start playing. You and your buddies start taking turns removing, removing the pieces. So I would go, then you would go, and then you would go. And my other buddy would go, okay, and then I would go again. Oh, got me. So there you go, lots of fun, right? It's Mousetrap. The last one in the set is Battleship. I used to love playing Battleship when I was a kiddo. Now I have an electronic Battleship because, you know, I rule. So here are the instructions. 2 players. Each player takes a blank game sheet and a game sheet with printed ships. The players each hang up their blank sheet and place their game sheets with printed ships in the tray in front of them. Players take turns guessing coordinates for the other player's ships. For example, A5, and sharing the pencil to hit the game sheets if it's a hit with an X or a miss with a circle. When all the circles on a ship have been hit, then that ship is sunk. A player wins when they sink all of their opponents' battleships. Here is the Battleship game, and you can see it reads the Battleship on the side. So you open this side up here. It's a little panel that pops open, and then this one here contains, let's see, we have a pencil and the Battleship game sheets. Let's get these out of here. So there we go. So you have the one pencil, so we would remove this, and you have to share it. So we have to share the pencil. Then you have your sheets right here. And what's really cool is they're all different. So all the different locations for all your ships are on here. And then if you flip them over, it's a blank sheet. So what you do is you take two of these. We get two off of here. Then you come to the front and you have little tabs right here and right here. Then you do the same thing on the other side and get that tab down there. There we go. And then you grab two random game sheets right here, and we'll set this off to the side here and place this down on the board. So now we reach up here, my pencil rolled away. So now you take turns. So right here you can see we have A through H on this side and 1 through 8 on the top. So if somebody were to say A5, there's the A, so then you count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a hit, so you would X that out, and then you would take your turn and come to this side, and for example you would say A5, so you would go A and then count over 5, and that's a blank, it's a miss, so you would say miss and put a circle there, and then you keep going and going and going, and then you will mark where your hits and misses are up here, so you can keep track of where the ships are. And then when you're all done and you have a winner, you can pack this all up and take it with you to play again. Lots of fun. It's Battleship. Lots of cool stuff to do here. I like it. And there you have it, everyone. Hasbro Gaming sent a wonderful little classic games released by McDonald's back in 2018. This is a complete win. This is awesome, especially for people who like to travel and go on the road. You got your kiddos, you got Connect 4, Mousetrap, Battleship, Trouble, and so much more. It's awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. We'll see you again next time.